I'm hoping this is going to be like the funny one. I got a really good scoop. Zeferjahn told me he's a sleepwalker. Like a bad sleepwalker. What's happening? Oh, very official. Come on. Welcome to the show. Make yourself at home. What's up, Brock? Good to see you. How are you? Yeah, really? It's real stuff, yeah.
Water's already something else in there, but you know. No microplastics.
Oh boy. Oh boy. This is the
new branded. Wow. For you.
Wow, just for me.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
These are two of a kind. You're not going to find any. These cups don't exist anywhere else.
Maybe I'll take mine after.
Yeah. No, because then Ricardo's going to have to make a new one.
I got some extra.
Brock, so as I'm doing my homework on you, getting set for you to come hang out with us, I was told video games are a big deal, and I'm curious to know, when you compete against some of your teammates in video games, how do you stack up? Particularly with Ryan Zeferjahn.
I'm guessing that's where it's coming from. No, I
never reveal my sources.
I started playing video games with him, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and he is a dork. He is a nerd.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's got him and Bob Stevenson all have that's every skin, every dance, every whatever. They've been playing nonstop since it came out like 7 years ago.
Okay, so you say by saying that, you're admitting that they're really good.
Well, I might be able to beat Bob, but Zeferjahn, no chance. No.
He was very proud when I talked to him.
Oh no, he definitely is proud of his Fortnite skills, and he's wanted to go compete against everybody and make it known that he is the best Fortnite player, which is fair because he is. He's really, really good.
And make sure the world now knows that. Okay, so Fortnite is a thing. What else is that? Did you get anything else video game wise?
I just try to bounce between games, whatever my friends are playing or whoever. Off season might be a little different, but just I don't know. It's more fun just to blow off some steam and hang out with the boys.
See, that's what I was never like a big video game junkie, and I don't play now. My wife threw away my console. But yeah, it's just kind of how that worked. But it was always like the idea of a way to compete with somebody.
And I feel like especially as athletes, we never really turn it off. I mean, we might turn it off physically, like to save our bodies, but our minds, I think, are probably wired a little bit different as most people that like to compete. And anytime you can say you beat somebody in something, whether it's they know it, you know it, whatever. I think it's always that little edge that we have.
Speaking of just kind of the quirkiness sometimes that happens. I mean, you are two things. Not only left-handed, but you're a reliever as well. Guaranteed that we're going to get some quirkiness from Brock Burke. Is that fair to say, or is that offensive?
No, I feel like all lefties have a little quirky. The least quirky person that I've ever met that's left-handed that you would never think if you didn't know that he was left-handed is Detmers, because he's just super I don't know, he's a pretty good specimen of a human being, and you just wouldn't think, just looking at him, you're like, oh, it's just normal right-handed guy, whatever. But no, But
no, okay.
All other lefties for the most part, we have Andrew Chafin in our bullpen. That guy is a lefty bullpen arm right there.
Okay, I have so much I want to get into, but okay, so Chafin joins the team, and instantly, I think, and you just look at this guy, character.
Oh yeah. Well, I was with him for like 2 weeks before I left Texas last year.
Okay.
And it was the same thing. It was fun almost to watch his interactions after I saw his interactions and first impressions with people in Texas, and got my own to like see how people reacted here first, and it was great.
What makes it fun? Like when you get especially like mid-season trade deadline pickup, when you're able to like insert a personality like that into the bullpen. You guys spend so much time together, pre-game, in-game, all the time. You guys are hanging out, waiting for your moment to get called, and I would get the sense it's probably not very stressful until it becomes really stressful.
Yeah, anytime it gets to that third, fourth inning, most of the time, it starts getting stressful. But with him, it's just like it's almost like people say like a fresh breath of air. Like he comes in, he has just such a different outlook on pitching, life, virtually everything, that like it's kind of cool to see things through his eyes and what he thinks is. I mean, he's been around for a while. I mean, probably 12 years. He's been around in the big leagues, so. I mean, anytime you can pick his brain about anything, but just to see how he goes about his business and how it is so different than anybody I've ever played with or ever seen. It's almost a little comedy, and it kind of reduces the stress a little bit.
I think you have to have some of that.
Yeah, I think you need a little bit of quirkiness with
Yeah.
every team, whether it be in a bullpen or, I mean, even when in 23 when we won the World Series, like we had some guys that were one-of-a-kind characters that did some stuff that you're just like, holy.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow. But it kind of brings everybody together. You know, people almost like, there has to be somebody you want, it sounds bad, but like someone kind of has to be the laughing stock of the team where
Yeah.
everybody can come together and be like, oh, look what he did. Guess what this guy did? And it kind of brings you guys
Well, it's
together.
part of the bonding. Like, what you were supposed to just take it super seriously all the time.
Yeah, no,
You gotta,
not for 162 games, 190 days, including spring training. We're there together. Like, it's going to get dry, it's going to get whatever, but you have a couple goofy guys that
Yeah.
can bring that
do you
fresh air.
ever take on that role a little bit? Are you the goofy guy?
I've been a little goofy.
Yeah.
Not as goofy as some of the guys been around there,
Okay.
but you know, I feel like you got to lighten things up every once in a while and try to get people's minds off the field. And
Are you a pranks guy?
I'm not a pranks guy. I'm more just kind of little dry jabs here and there, say
Dry
some
jab is
things
nice,
that
yeah.
you know,
No, that's good.
make light of situations, kind of thing. And
Well, relievers, it's so hard because one bad day, it takes you a month to recover.
Yeah,
like
literally, yeah.
statistically.
one
Like,
bad week, your
it
season's
takes
kind of screwed.
Yeah, it takes a long time. So, I mean, how important do you feel like it is, just as a group, to kind of keep things light, keep everybody chin up, especially when, I mean, again, one bad day might not be a very good reflection of who you are as a pitcher, but
Yeah.
your overall season numbers may tell a different story because of that.
Well, yeah, even with the numbers itself, let alone just like I like to call the bullpen the totem pole of kind of like importance. Basically, there's the closer at the top, and then the guy that's getting some of the worst innings of in the blown out games, and you're constantly up and down the totem pole. And you have one bad game, you might shift down a whole bunch of positions, but like that's just kind of the way the bullpen is. And even Chafin kind of told me this the other day. And as we get later in the season, he, in so many words, basically said, like, in the bullpen, your job is to get screwed over. Like, you get to scoop the elephant crap, the proverbial elephant crap, and like that's kind of our job. And sometimes you just got to make light of it and understand, like, sometimes you don't want to come in a situation, you don't love to be in a certain situation, but that's part of the game and part of being in the bullpen, and just kind of have to keep your head down. And when just anytime you go out there, you got to put up a zero, whether the score is 8-0, 1-1, 3-1, whatever it is. So
You've also been a part, and you referenced that 2023 team with the Texas Rangers that goes on to win the World Series. Man, what was it like being a part of the postseason, being a part of the World Series, being in that atmosphere on that stage? Just how would you describe that?
it was just it's like such a different caliber of baseball, and it was so cool just to like be with that team. I mean, for the most part, it was the same team since I was there in 22 and kind of up and down in 20 or 19 and 21, but just to have that group of guys together and to see how those games come through and how every little thing matters in those games, like whether it be one pitch, whatever, maybe something that happens before the game, you know, it's like some of those goofy guys making light of certain situations. I mean, one of the best that I've seen do it is Hedges, Austin Hedges. We had got him. I'd say he's a big role in that, just that goofy guy that just kind of brought a different aspect and a different calm everybody's minds. But it was just cool to be in that atmosphere and how playoff baseball, and just to see certain guys come out and perform and play under the lights the way they did. And it's a completely different breed of baseball.
As you've kind of gone in your journey, I mean, with the Angels, you've been like pretty much a high leverage lefty the whole time up here. We joke, long time left-hander. Yes, that's what you have been. But in a high leverage role pretty much the whole time with this Angels group. Do you feel like there's the preparation, how you go about your appearances, is it different when you know you're going into a high leverage spot, maybe compared to when you're first getting your first opportunities in the bullpen, that maybe it's not that way?
I don't know. I try to treat every single game. Otherwise, mentally, you can kind of catch yourself out of things. And like you said, I know people don't like talking about their numbers being so important, but I mean, they're very, very important. And your numbers can get skewed. And if you're into a 8-0 ball game, or if it's a 1-1 game, like, things can happen. So I just try to no matter what. I mean, we have 6 innings. We have to be completely locked in. It's maybe hour and a half, 2 hours through the day. Like, it's not that hard just to be like, it's a 0-0 ball game. I need to lock in for this hour and a half, 2 hours, and I need to get done what I need to get done.
Okay, so who's the crew in the bullpen that you're hanging with? We talked about Zeferjahn, Detmers, Stevenson, Chafin in there. Who else?
Chafin's in there.
Who are the guys you're hanging?
There's been a lot of like kind of up and down, but I feel
Sure.
like me, Det, and Zeph have kind of been here the whole year and being able to hang out.
I mean,
the
is
whole
that a
year.
challenge too when you have guys coming and going, or do you maybe kind of take on a little responsibility of kind of nurturing them and helping them be a part of it? Or how's that work?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, it's hard when there's
Yeah.
so many, like, especially in the bullpen, like, one bad game, you see a guy for one day and he's gone.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of hard to, you know, pour your life story to some guy or try to whatever you want to call it. It's like, but I try to, you know, treat everybody very similarly, and a lot of the younger guys. And until probably February of this year, when I was going to be the oldest guy in the bullpen in spring training until we signed Kenley, I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm the veteran guy in the bullpen. Like, what the heck's going on? Like, and with Texas, I was always the youngest guy, always the guy asking questions, always whatever. And I mean, still now, even I ask questions to some of the older guys about this and that, but just to try to, you know, incite some of the stuff that I've learned that I wish I would have learned a little quicker, you know. And I mean, it's just hard in the bullpen because until something, I guess just in big leagues in general, until something happens to you, like, you don't learn. Like, somebody can tell you something is a certain way and be like, oh yeah, whatever, and then it happens. Like, it's happened so many times, even this year, I would say, like, something happens to me, I'm like, oh, I remember when that veteran guy told me that 3 years ago. Like, damn, maybe I wish I would have listened a little more.
Yeah.
And so it's just always a learning curve in the bullpen.
The light bulb comes on.
Yeah.
What's it like being with Kenley Jansen? We had him on the podcast, and Kenley was unbelievable. I learned so much about baseball just spending a few minutes with him sitting in that chair right there. But for you, you're with him all the time. What's Kenley like?
He's a different breed. He's I mean, there's a reason he's been doing what he's been doing for so long. He's so routine based. I think you have to be in this game if you want to be in it for as long as possible. But I mean, the guy's just does what he does. Kenley is, I think that's what we always end up saying to each other. It's like, Kenley is Kenley. Like, you just let Kenley be Kenley.
Yeah.
And if you can just grasp that and just kind of let him be him, and it's a great time down there. And he always has good things to say, positive things to say. He's the team leader when he needs to be the team leader. He's the goofy guy when he needs to be the goofy guy. A lot of insight, and just a good veteran guy to have around the bullpen.
This is kind of random. Brock, have you ever been like in a situation where you thought you were one place and then you wake up and you're standing somewhere, you're like, how did I get there? Has that ever happened to you?
Happens a lot at night, around like 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
So you like a legit sleepwalker?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, really, really bad. Not as, it's like a once a week kind of thing.
That's a
I would
lot.
guess. Yeah, but sometimes, I mean, they're only bad ones maybe once a month, I would say.
What's a bad one?
Bad one is like kind of hurt myself, kind of not hurt myself in some facet of, you know, kicking the bottom of the bed, scraping my knee, banging my knee into something. Like, I mean, I have 2 scars on both my knees that woke up at the bottom of a staircase or outside in Colorado, like where I grew up. Just crazy things.
So is this like your whole life has been
Whole
this
life,
way?
yeah. It used to be really, really bad growing up, and they say, oh, you're gonna grow out of it. I never really grew out of it, I guess. It still happens, and not as bad as it used to be. But
Yeah, I can only imagine when you're coming up in baseball and your teammates like at the minor league level.
Well, especially when you're sharing a hotel room.
That's what I'm
like,
getting at.
who's gonna get paired with Brock? And it's obviously I'd had some people that took it really well. And what's funny is the one guy who you would assume loved it, I came up with, was Tyler Phillips. You've seen all the psycho things that he's been doing with the Marlins. It was weird because he would want to be my roommate, and he would sit up in bed and wait for me to sleepwalk and just watch.
Okay, that's borderline.
Like, I knew when he was doing all that stuff, I'm like, that's him. Like, he's a weirdo. But
Okay,
like,
so what's like the craziest, maybe funniest situation? Because I'm imagining, I've never slept walk, so I don't know. Like,
yeah.
You're not alert, right? Or are you? Do you like?
I'm not
what's it
alert
like?
whatsoever.
Okay.
Until I get woken up, and it's like almost like somebody's waking you up, and you're wherever you are. You're like, why are you waking me up? Like I'll get mad, like when I'm sleepwalking somewhere and someone's like, hey, being in it, I'm like, why are you getting mad at me? And I'll be like, well.
You ever like leave your hotel room?
I normally try to double bolt the door and put something in front of there. Most of the time when I open the door and like hear it or I'll see the light, it'll kind of wake me up. But I've woken up on the other side of balconies in the minor leagues.
You gotta be careful about that. So so
try to
when we're
throw a
booking
TV.
rooms, we want low floor.
I can't have a balcony on my.
Yeah, that's for good reason.
I've tried to throw TVs through doors. What have I done? Taking all the sheets off the bed's a pretty common one.
Oh my gosh.
Woken up outside. Just for the most part, you go to sleep. You know.
Okay.
If I wake up somewhere, I'll try not to be too freaked out.
Okay, so I want to get back to understanding the dynamic in the bullpen a little bit because you talk about all the characters.
Mm-hmm.
This team has a lot of them, a lot of different personalities. What is that dynamic like? What are the conversations like when you're in the bullpen waiting for your turn? Just what can you tell me about some of that stuff?
I mean, you really never know. You never know what you're going to talk about that day. Like, I mean, you're with each other for 163 games. You're sitting there and kind of in and out of being stressed out. People say some weird things, and you talk about it. And you say some weird things, you talk about it. I mean, we probably know way too much about each other than we should. But I mean, that's kind of what makes like your little bullpen family, your little bullpen family. Just talking about the stupidest things, some of the things that need to be talked about, and it's just kind of is what it is.
There's just so much baseball charm in that, which I think is a really neat thing that comes along with that. Was this always what you wanted to do?
No. Well, like baseball or like being in the bullpen?
no.
Oh, baseball for sure. Yeah, baseball for sure.
I know everyone wants to be a starter. Yeah. I know that.
Well, yeah, Chafin I thought it was funny. He was wearing a shirt today that said failed starter on it, and he wore it out there. I mean, that's all we are. All of us try to be the starters. We wanted to be starters, and
when did the switch happen for you?
20 in the spring training. 22. I was a starter in 21 in Texas. Was kind of after I had shoulder surgery in 20, and then was came into spring training. Did really, really well. They said, hey, we don't have a spot for you starting, but there's an opening as kind of like the long relief guy in the bullpen, and I just said, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Don't love it, but it is what it is. I want to be on the big league team and do whatever I can to help the big league team. And
I remember watching you from afar for so many years in all those teams with Texas when you'd come and face the Angels and just kind of paying attention to that. And part of like a really interesting young core there. When you get that news, there's a couple different ways to take it. How did you take it?
I'm very realist, and I'm logical, and I knew that I wasn't very good the year before, and it was one of those times where like, all right, I don't really have a leg to stand on, and I feel like I can prove to these guys that I'm still worth something, and rather it be, and you see it plenty of times where guys are the long relief guy out of the bullpen and then work their way back to being a starter. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just do that. But I'd had so much success in that 2-inning role, and kind of we called it the bridge role with Texas, where I'd come in the 5th and 6th and get kind of the back end guys, and it just had a lot of success. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll just keep doing this.
What is the some of the toughest parts, or maybe the biggest difference for how you're preparing to pitch when you're a starter, when you kind of know ahead of time and you have 5 days to go get ready for an outing, compared to in the bullpen you might be pitching 3 out of 4 days and on a moment's notice? And
I think that was probably like the hardest learning curve for me, is like you have to mentally and physically, which is also very difficult, be ready and in tune with every single game. Whereas the starters, like for 3 of the 5 days you can basically not think about anything, just get your body ready, and just like the destruction starting kind of does to your body. I mean, you're throwing, most of the time, most people are throwing 100 pitches in a start for 33 times a year. That's really hard on your body. Obviously, being a bullpen guy and some of the stuff that you have to go through there too is like a different kind of hurt on your body. But I would say mentally it's a little harder as a bullpen guy to mentally be like, hey, I have to be ready every game for 2 hours, basically see yourself in certain situations and prepare for that. And it's definitely mentally very challenging. At
the same time, now in this bullpen role, here you are. I mean, I think as of the time we're recording this podcast, you've worked more than anybody else in baseball, and you've had a lot of work out of the bullpen this year. When you're pitching, like as often as you do, how important is it for you to like have a routine, or is it too tough to like have a weekly routine, how you go about it, because you might be in at any given time? Like, how do you
I think
plan
it is
that out?
very, very important to have a routine with things that you can control. Obviously, you can't control when you go in the game, how long you go in the game. If you warm up, you don't go in. But everything that happens until probably the fourth inning needs to be, in my opinion, the same exact thing every single day. And watching some of the older guys that have done it for a while, like Kenley, he does the same exact thing every single day. And I think just it helps mentally, it helps physically, especially for a season that's so long. You have to be able to tell yourself you're doing the same thing so that when things start going wrong out there, it's nothing that you did wrong elsewhere. So
when you're not pitching and not playing video games with Ryan Zeferjahn and getting beat by him, what are the things that you like to do away from baseball?
Fishing, hunting, video games, hanging out with my wife and dog. That's really it. I don't like doing too much, and working out. I like working out, but that's more for baseball, I guess. And
what's the story on the dog? What kind of
Kevin?
Dog? What's Kevin's story?
He's a little Bernedoodle. We got him in. He's our little COVID dog. And
everyone got a COVID dog.
Everybody got.
I got two COVID dogs.
Did you really? Yeah. No, they're the best. They're a little needy, I guess. At least ours is. He has separation anxiety, and obviously because we probably didn't take him out as much during COVID as we should have. But no, he's awesome. He's a little cuddle boy, and he's me and my wife's whole world right now. So
that's great. Does Kevin ever make it on the road?
He makes it on the road a lot. Yeah.
Really?
He comes.
Wow.
I mean, I bet you he's been more places than a lot of people have. We always call him. We need to make him a Instagram page called Kevin the Traveling Dude, and because he comes to every hotel, every place. I mean, I bet you he's seen probably half the places in the league.
See, I think Kevin the Traveling Dude would get a lot of attention. I think a lot of people would be into that.
Yeah, he's a cutie too.
Yeah. See, that's what we're gonna have to do. Now we're gonna have to get some pictures. So, is Kevin your dog or your wife's dog?
He's our dog.
That's such a great way to say he's your dog.
He is our dog. I theoretically, whenever we did get him, me and my wife it was my girlfriend. She was my girlfriend at the time. I bought him as her, because we were kind of moving in, things were getting more serious, and I bought him for her birthday. So, I mean, I guess it is theoretically her dog, but a lot of times it seems like when he needs to be let out, it's her dog. When he needs attention or love or cuddles, it's my dog. He definitely goes back and forth of whose dog it is in certain scenarios. But
that's beautiful.
He definitely he likes her more for sure, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think
he's around her a lot more, obviously with being gone all the time. But he's still awesome.
Do you feel like did life change for you when you went from girlfriend, fiance, now you're married, and here you are, just established in the major leagues, and you kind of settled in? I mean, a lot of life changes over the last 3-4 years.
I always felt like girlfriend, fiance, wife, it always kind of felt the same. Whenever we first met, I knew it was pretty serious and wanted to spend the rest of my life with her, obviously. But I mean, it's just with baseball, especially with a lefty reliever, I feel like you can't use the word established. I feel like it's so hard, especially after last year. I thought, with Texas, win a World Series, got off to rocky whatever, and get DFA'd at the end of the year, and then come here. Obviously, I think that was very eye-opening for me. That never get too comfortable, especially in this game. And I tell people that a lot too. It's you can never be too comfortable in this game. You have to have a little bit of edge of I have to pitch and perform well if I want to be here, as everybody has to do in this job. And just it's a constant rotating door. If you're not good enough, somebody else will be, and there is no real established. I've learned, especially in the bullpen with watching the way things go.
I'm trying to think of the timeline here. It's a little bit fuzzy, but the 3-batter minimum rule for left-handers. I mean, I feel like that was the one thing that changed the game for lefties.
For sure,
you can't be a lefty specialist anymore. Do you ever think about the whole time you've been a reliever, that rule's been in place?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the whole time it has. But what was funny is just the perfect example of it is obviously having Chafin here, a guy that's been here for so long. Whenever we played the Reds, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was something to the line of he had thrown 7 scoreless innings in his career against the Reds and had 27 appearances in 7 innings. So he was basically just coming in for
one batter,
and then maybe not getting him, maybe getting him. And he was like, "That's just how it was." And I mean, we talk in the bullpen, whatever. We're he goes, "I would get up almost every inning for every game ever." He's it's just part of the I would pitch 4 days in a row, I'd be ready for one guy. He'd come around in the 6th inning, the 8th inning, and my goal was, hey, when this guy is about to be up, you're warming up, getting ready for a scenario that you're facing him. Like, that sounds insane to me.
Yeah.
I almost appreciate the 3-batter minimum. I'm sure everybody kind of does. Maybe not managers who whatever.
Yeah, managers don't like it.
No, they don't like it at all. Especially some of the old school managers who loved sitting there having a lefty in. I mean, I'd like facing righties just as much as lefties. Like, it doesn't bother me.
You would have to, I would think, because now the lefty specialist is no more. You can't be that. You got to be able to get righties. And you have great numbers against righties. And that's really important.
I'd say it's just kind of like how things are perceived from whatever side. But I feel like my changeup's probably my second best pitch, and it's better against righties than lefties. So it's when a righty comes in, sometimes I'm like, thank you.
Do you ever think about what you want to continue to accomplish in this game? You got the World Series ring. I know we want to see another one here with the Angels.
Obviously another one. I feel like just for my own sake, I feel like every kind of player, and I think that's what that team in Texas did so well. I know they say it's a super team game, whatever you want to say, but like, how do I say this without saying it weirdly? I always try to tell people this. It's a very team game, but if you and all 26 guys that are on the roster come in and master what they do and just worry about doing their job really well, then you don't have to worry about anybody else. And it's just like, I think that we did so well with that in Texas. Like, hey, do whatever you need to do to make yourself the best of yourself. Don't worry about this, that, the other, and it'll all come out on the field. And I feel like that's kind of just what I try to do every single day after that getting instilled in me in that year and seeing it work so well, just to come in every single day and do what I need to do to find a way to put up a 0 in the game. And that's all I can do. And I feel like it's just kind of what every single bullpen guy has been doing very well this year, and just coming in, putting in a 0, and that's literally all you can do in this game. That's literally what we get paid to do and how you win games. So.
In that World Series season, you end up, you win it, you get the ring, you're a part of all that. But on a personal level, I know that like that appearance was, you struggled a little bit.
You know, and I wish, obviously it came at a different time when I was doing better and things obviously didn't. It was cool to have pitched in the World Series, not give up a whole bunch of runs in the World Series.
Well, I'm getting that. Like, do you ever think like, man, if I could just get back there, I know what it's like. I can go and I can be better.
Well, obviously, it's just like an experience thing. Like,
it
was so cool being part of the experience. Did it go exactly how I ever imagined it growing up as a little kid, thinking I'd be out there closing out the World Series, whatever? No, but obviously, you never know. I mean, in that season in 22 or in 23 that we won it, me and my wife got engaged between 22 and 23. And I think we almost lost 100 games in 22. Yeah. So when we were planning the wedding in January, February to be in the end of the season, like we were like, oh, you know, just in case we go to Game 7 of the World Series, let's make our wedding November 17th, since Game 7 would be on the 15th. Ha ha, like thinking, you know, obviously we're not going to go to the World Series. Like we lost 100 games last year. And then literally Game 5 of the World Series, we finish up whatever, and then one day later we're rushing to our wedding and whatever. Like, you literally never know what's going to happen. And I think that was what was so cool with that group, is like, we didn't expect to win the World Series, but all we did was show up every single day, do our job. And I think everybody always talks about the Patriots back in the day with Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and how, you can call it professional, call it whatever, but it was just like, show up, do your job, leave. Do your job, nothing else matters. And like, that was kind of like our motto, I guess, that year. It was like, whatever you got to do your job, do it. And it was just cool to see it all pan out there at the end for everyone.
Do you feel like that's the kind of thing that you saw it happen once before? This organization, a lot of young talent, a lot of guys getting better. I think the improvement has been off the charts for so many guys this season. Seeing that improvement turn into wins and turn into what this team wants to accomplish, do you think that there's a lesson in what you saw in Texas that could be applied with this Angels group?
For sure, yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, we haven't won the amount of games that we wanted to this year, but we're definitely better than last year. I can tell you that. For the month and a half that I was here last year to coming back this year and playing with this team and being around this team, and I mean, just even in 23, we're a couple pieces away from making that team the team that it was. And I think, especially with this team, like you have your core group of guys, you have a couple guys that you can add or subtract throughout the year, and I think you're always that many players away from winning a World Series. I mean, I'm curious to see what our record is at the end of this year, but I bet you it's probably right on line to that 2022 year that we had in Texas. That you never know what could happen the next year.
Brock, appreciate the time, man. This has been fun.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, man. All right, we'll keep it up. Enjoy the rest of the year and enjoy the off season. We'll see you soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Sign the camera?
Sign the picture.
Oh.
Sign the camera too if you want. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I'm the
I was hoping there was one that